Today in this session, I'm going to cover the remaining part of simple interest. I have already covered simple interest part 1 few days back. So let's continue simple interest. Good morning, Mr. Ram, Ratresh, Chakravarti, Mandavi, Goswami, Ajay Tiwari. Good morning, everyone. If we will discuss about simple interest, it is principal into rate into time by 100. Principal into rate into time by 100. This is about simple interest. And if we will talk about amount, in case of amount is principal plus simple interest. P plus PRT upon 100. Or we can say P into 1 plus RT upon 100. Okay. So this is about amount. This is about simple interest. But this is about formula. What about the basic part? What about the logical way to approach? Let's suppose somebody deposited 40,000 rupees. The rate of interest is 20% per annum. Let's suppose time is 3 years. Principal is 40,000. Rate is 20%. Time is 3 years. If simple interest is required, what will you do? Do I need to remember the formula only? Yes, you can remember the formula. This is one of the way. If you don't remember the formula, directly you will find out the answer. Like as if 20% is the interest in 1 year, then 3 years, how much is the total interest? Total interest will be 60%. In 1 year, interest is 20%. In 3 years, interest is 60%. 40,000 is the principal. 60% is the interest. Find out total interest. I think this is also clear. I think this point is clear to everyone. Okay, better. So 20% is the interest in 1 year. So in 3 years, total interest will be 23 are 60. Total interest is 60%. Interest is always calculated on principal. 40,000 ka 60%. That's it. So what about amount? Let's suppose if somebody deposited 70,000 rupees, time is 15%, rate is 15% per annum. The time is 2 years. Find amount in that case. Find amount in that case. What will you say? What will be the amount in that case? If 70,000 is the principal, 15% per annum is the rate. Time is 2 years. So what will be the amount? If 70,000 rupees is the principal, 15% is the rate, 2 years is the time. So total interest will be 30%. Isn't this? 70,000 ka 30% is the interest. But what about amount? What about amount? 13 sevens are 91. So amount will be 91,000 rupees. Okay, beta? So two things. If interest we are supposed to calculate, directly 30%. If amount is calculated, so 130%. That's it. So come to the questions now. Many questions we discussed in the first session, already covered a few days back. Now we can discuss about the questions further. Come to this question, everyone. Tell me. Now please confirm, is audio video clear now? Is audio video clear now? Okay, this is great. Let's come to the question now. If somebody deposited money at 8% per annum for 4 years, so total interest will be 32%. Then rate become 10% for further 6 years. The total interest will be 60%. Then rate become 12% for remaining 5 years. The total interest is 60%. The total interest will be 152%. Okay. This is 32%, 8 4s are 10 6 are 60, 12 5s are 60. Total interest is 152%. Whatever the principal was there, the total interest amount, if they will mention, then 252%. The interest is 152%. Interest is 152%. Then what about amount? That will be 252%. So interest is given 15,200 rupees. Principal ka 152% is 15,200. 152 cancel out. So principal will be equal to 10,000 rupees. Is this clear? 10,000 rupees. That's the principal. Okay, beta. Let's move to the next thing. One more example. Tell me the right answer. A, B, C, D. Which option is right? Tell me, everyone. What will be the answer in this case? A option is right. The rate is 8%. The time is 4 years. 32% interest. The rate is 10%. Time is 6 years. Total interest is 60%. The rate is 12%. Time is 5 years. Total is 60%. This is total overall 152%. Okay. The total interest is 152%. So whatever the principal is there, 152% will be equal to interest. But this is amount after 15 years. So you will have to mention this is principal card 252%, which is 20,160. So principal will be equal to 8,000 rupees. A option absolutely right. Okay, madam. Now clear to everyone? Let's move. Rate is 6%, increasing by 0.5% every year. After 4 years, this is the total simple interest. Tell me how much money the person borrowed. Okay, let's see. The rate is 6%. Next year it will become 6.5%. Next year it will become 7%. Then further next year it will become 7.5. So go into the continuation. The rate is 6%, then 6.5, then 7, then 7.5. Total interest is 27%. Total interest is 27%. Whatever the principal is there, the interest is 27%, which is equal to 33,750. This is the total interest calculated after this, right? Do you understand this? 1,25,000 is the principal, actual principal. Okay, beta. Now clear to everyone? Let's come to next. Pratnesh, you need to refresh or restart your system. Rate is given, time is given, interest is given, find principal, money borrowed. A option is right, but nobody has given me the right answer. Let's see now. Whatever the principal is there, the rate is given 12%. The time is given 6 years, 8 months. The time is 20 by 3. The value of interest is 72,064 rupees, right? So come to this question. The principal we are supposed to find out. The rate is given 12%. The time is given 6 years, 8 months. 6 years, 8 months means 4 2s are 4 3s are 20 by 3. So now 3 4s are 4 25s are 5 5s are 5 4s are. This is the principal. 90,080. Okay. Let's move further. 30 seconds given to you. Do it now. Make it fast. B option is right. Principal is given. Amount is given. Amount is given 20,000 rupees. Principal is given 2,500 rupees. So what about simple interest? 17,500. Amount is given. Principal is given. Interest is there. So what about rate? What about rate? Interest by principal. This is the total rate. 25 sevens are 70% is the total rate. Okay. Amount is given. Principal is given. So interest we calculated. So interest by principal into 100. 70% is the total rate. 70%, 14% per annum. In 1 year, the rate is 14%. Total 70% means how many years? 5 years, 550. That's the answer. Okay. I think this is clear. Let's move on. B option is right. Money become double in 5 years. In how many years will it become 16 times? Please mark your answer again. This is not the right answer actually. Mark your answer again. I'm giving you the poll again. Now this time you will have to mark your answer. Everybody make it fast. The answer was not right. C option is right actually. At simple interest, this is not compound. If this is compound, then it will be 20 years. If simple, then 75 years. So let's see. Money become double in 5 years. So if principal is 1, it will become amount as 2. So interest is equal to 1. Time is equal to 5 years. Principal is 1, amount is 2. So interest is 1. Definitely 1 rupee deposited, 1 lakh deposited, I will get 2 lakh. So 1 lakh is the interest. So what about time? Time is 5 years. So principal is 1. Amount will be how much? Amount is 16. 16 times. Principal becomes 16 times. So 16 times mean to say interest will be 15. So 15 interest, if 1 interest, then 15, 5 years. What about 15 interest? This is not 1 interest, 1 interest 5 years. 15 interest, 15 into 5 years. Total time is 75 years. C option is right. Okay, beta. C option is absolutely right. Let's come to the next. Let's come to the next. Do this one. The option is right. Very good. At least now you could do that. If principal is 1, it will become as 2. So interest is 1. Time is 7 here. So if principal is 1, amount is 2. So simple interest is 1. So what about time? Time is 7 here. Right, the question is saying 1 become double means 1 become 2. Interest is 1, time is 7 here. Now 1 becomes 65. Amount will be 65. So what about interest? Interest will be 64 times. 1 becomes 64. So time will be 64 times. 64 into 7, 448 years. A option is right. Okay, A option is right. Let's move to the next. Do this question. I think audio, video, everything clear to everyone, and questions are also clear to everyone. Simple interest is 150 rupees, whatever the principal is there. If it is giving you simple interest as 150 rupees, simple interest as 150 rupees. In how much time? In 4 years. If principal is P, simple interest is 150, time is 4 years. If principal is P, in that case, if principal is P, then simple interest is 150, time is 4 years. If principal is P, simple interest is 150 rupees, time is again 4 years. If principal is P. But they are saying the time is same, but principal become 5 times. This become 5 times. Obviously, if I will deposit 1 lakh rupee, let's suppose 10,000 is the interest. If 1 lakh is deposited, if 10,000 is the interest, if 5 lakh deposited, how much will be the interest? Everybody tell me. I would like to see whether you understand, all of you understand this thing or you don't understand. Tell me. Nobody is giving me the response. Yes. If 1 lakh is giving you 10,000 interest, then 5 lakh will give you interest as 50,000, obviously. Principal become 5 times, interest will also become 5 times. 150 plus 750. 150 plus 750. Total interest will be equal to 900 rupees. 150 is very simple. I think this is clear. 150. Then for the next 4 years, principal become 5 times, so interest also become 5 times. So 750 plus 150, total interest will be 900 rupees. So the option is right. Okay, better. Let's come to this. A option is right. Very good. Let's come to this question now. As the principal, the money deposited is 30,000 rupees. It will become 33,240 rupees. This is amount. This is principal. What about simple interest? 3,240. 33,240 is the amount. Principal is 30,000. So simple interest will be 3,240 rupees. I think this is clear. Now, what do you understand? 3,240 is the interest upon principal 30,000 into 100. So this is the rate percent. This is the rate percent. Okay. So that will give you 10.5%. Is this clear? As we came to the final, the principal was 30,000. This is the total money deposited. It will become 33,240. 33,240. The gap is 3,240. So this is the gap. This is the interest upon principal into 100. So 10.8% is the interest. The first part deposited at 12%. The second part deposited at 10%. The total 10.8%. This is 12%. This is 10%. This is 10.8%. Okay. So the gap between these two is 1.2. This is 0.8. Okay. Is this clear? I think this is clear. 4 2s are 4 3s are 2 is to 3. This is 12%. The first part at 12%. The next part at 10%. Overall interest is 10.8. So we can use allegation method. The gap is 1.2. The gap is 0.8. The gap 2 and 3. So what about the bigger part? This is 2 plus 3, 5 unit. 2 plus 3, 5 unit. It is 30,000 rupees. 5 6 is a 6,000. 6 twos are 12,000. 6 threes are 18,000. Okay. Bigger part, obviously 18,000. I think everybody understand and you have taken the screenshot for this question as well. One big part I already covered in the last. This is the second session. Let's come to the next. Do it now. Tell me. What will be the right answer, everyone? Tell me. B option is right, but nobody has given the right answer. They are asking the bigger part, right? So we can see the total interest is 3,200. Simple interest is 3,200 on 70,000 into 100. 32 by 7%. The first part, total is 6%, 4%. Total interest is okay. The first part, it is giving you 6%. The second part, it is giving you 4%. Overall 32 by 7%. The gap is 10 by 7. The gap is 4 by 7. Okay. The gap is 10 by 7. The gap is 4 by 7. Now what? 2 twos are 2 fives are. Okay, so this is clear, I think. The first part deposited at 6%. The next part at 4%. Overall 32 by 7. The gap is 10 by 7. The gap is 4 by 7. The ratio is 2 to 5. Now what? This is 7 unit. 7 unit is equal to 70,000 rupees. So how many times? So 10,000 times it will be 20,000. It will be 50,000. 20,000, 50,000. Okay. The option is right, very good. Whatever the principal is given, the principal is given 5,500 rupees. The interest will be 6 year, 15%. The total interest will be 90% of that. That will be 4,950, 4,950 rupees. So the option is right. Okay, 5,500 is the principal, 15% is the rate for 6 years. The total interest will be 90%. So of the 5,500, 90% is 4,950, 4,950. B option is right, very good. Simple interest on a sum for 6 months at 5% is rupees this much. Find the principal. Principal we are supposed to find out. The rate is 5%. The time is 6 months, means 1 by 2. The value is 65.5. Okay. What about principal? So that will be 2620. B option is right. Okay. Is this clear to everyone? Let's move then. Yeah, something disturbance is going on. B option is right. The principal which gives 1 rupee interest per day at the rate of 5% simple interest per annum. So principal, find the principal. Principal we are supposed to find out. The rate is 5%. The time is 1 year. Principal into rate into time by 100. The total interest in 1 year is 365 rupees. 365 rupees. 5 sevens are 530. So that will give you simple. B option is right. No, this is just 1 rupee interest per day. So 365 days total interest will be 365. Okay. Self-discipline is the magic power that make you virtually unstoppable. Ah, yes, exactly. Go on. Come to this question now. 872, it will become after 2 years, 3 months. The rate is 4%. Fine principle. D option is right, but nobody has given me the answer. Let's see. The rate into time will give you the interest. Rate is 4%. The time is 2 years, 3 months. 2 years, 3 months means 3 months means 1/4 of the year. So time is 9 by 4 of the year. Time is 9 by 4. Rate is 4. So total interest will be 9%. Total interest will be 9%. Whatever the principal is there, 109% is 870. This principal will be equal to 800. So the option is right in this case. I think this is clear to everyone. So dear aspirants, this is from my side in today's session. I have given you many questions on simple interest. I have already covered one session on simple interest before. You must revise those questions as well, this topic, this session as well. So revise these questions are more important because currently discussed right now. So revise it. See you in the next class. It was not the topic. It was the regular session will go on at 5 p.m. Your regular session will go on at 5 p.m. Today, 5 p.m. Time and work and wages I will start at 5 p.m. Success batch 6. Success batch class will go on. So definitely time and work I will teach at 5 p.m. But this was one of the session which was left. I covered today. Okay. Any doubt? Mixture allegation part 2 is also left. That I will cover tomorrow. Mixture and allegation. That I will cover tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. evening. Okay. At 6:30 p.m. tomorrow I will cover so. Thank you guys. See you in the next class. Goodbye. Yes. Any doubt in this? No issues. Goodbye.